Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving into a really cool breakthrough in the fight against financial crime. And it's not about just giving investigators another piece of software, but a genuine AI partner.
But first, I want you to look at this number, 315 minutes. That is over 5 hours. According to FinCEN, the U.S. financial crimes regulator, that's how long it can take an investigator to prepare just one of the crucial documents they need to report crime. In a world where money moves at the speed of light, that's a massive, massive bottleneck.
Okay, so here's how we're going to break this down. We'll start by digging into that compliance bottleneck. Then we're going to look at why the first, most obvious AI solution actually made things worse. After that, we'll meet the co-investigator, a totally new approach, see how its AI team works, and finally, check out the verdict from the human experts themselves.
So what is this incredibly time-consuming but absolutely critical task? Let's get into the challenge that investigators are up against every single day.
It all comes down to this one document, the Suspicious Activity Report, or SAR. You can think of it as the official flare a bank sends up to the government that says, hey, we've seen something over here that does not look right. It's the #1 tool for flagging everything from money laundering to terrorist financing.
And here's why that manual process is just completely breaking down. You've got investigators who are just drowning in data from all these different systems that don't talk to each other. That makes the work incredibly slow. Plus, the quality of a report can be totally different depending on who writes it, and with transaction volumes exploding, there's just no way for people to keep up. It's really a perfect storm for mistakes and burnout.
Now, the obvious answer to a problem like this, especially today, is let's just throw some AI at it, right? But as the researchers behind this project found out, the most direct path came with a huge, deal-breaking problem.
So the first idea was pretty straightforward. Take one of those big, powerful AIs, like the ones that power ChatGPT, and just tell it to write the reports. Just feed it all the raw data from a case and let it spin up a narrative. I mean, what could possibly go wrong?
Well, here's the thing. The AI was a fantastic writer, but it was a terrible witness. See, these big language models are designed to be creative, to predict the next best word to make a sentence sound good. That makes them fluent, sure, but it doesn't make them factual. They started to hallucinate. They literally just made stuff up. The AI would invent transaction details, create fictional interactions, things that had zero basis in reality. And in the world of legal compliance, making things up isn't a small bug, it's a catastrophic failure.
And this really says it all. The AI was so unreliable that the human investigators had to spend all their time just double-checking its work and fixing its mistakes. So any time they saved from the AI writing fast was completely erased by all the cleanup. It totally defeated the purpose. So that failure of the one-size-fits-all AI led to this really brilliant pivot. Instead of one big generalist AI that's kind of mediocre at everything, what if you built a team of specialized AIs where each one is an expert in one specific task? That is the core idea behind the co-investigator.
This approach has a name. It's called agentic AI. Don't think of it as one giant brain. Instead, picture a team of smaller, expert agents. Each one can see information, think about it, and act on it. But their real power? It comes from working together, with each other, and with a human, to solve a problem, just like a real-world team of specialists would.
So how does this AI dream team actually get the job done? Let's pop the hood and look at the specific role each agent plays.
This is basically their assembly line, and it's designed to prevent the failures we saw before. First, you have an AI privacy guard that locks down all the sensitive data. Then, specialized typology agents act like detectives. Their only job is to figure out the specific kind of crime going on. Next, a narrative agent writes the report, but, and this is so important, it shows its work using what's called chain-of-thought reasoning. That means a person can see exactly how it made its decisions. Then, to be extra sure, an agent as a judge fact-checks the whole draft before it gets to the final and most critical step. A human investigator reviews it, refines it, and gives the final sign-off.
Okay, so that all sounds great in theory. But does this team approach actually work in the real world? Well, researchers put the system to the test with 6 experienced anti-money laundering investigators to find out.
And the results were, well, pretty incredible. I mean, just look at this. These specialized agents were extremely good at their jobs. The one designed to spot weird geographic activity, it was perfect, 100% effectiveness. You can't beat that. Others, like the one watching for weird account behavior, were over 90% effective. That is some serious precision. And when you look at the whole picture, the co-investigator system handed over draft reports that were, on average, 70% of the way done. That is a huge head start for any human. But here's the real kicker. It saved investigators an average of 61% of their time. And this time, those savings were real.
And that's really the key takeaway here. This new model works where the old one failed because it's not about replacing people. It's about collaboration. The human is a critical expert in the loop. The AI does the grunt work, the tedious data gathering and the first draft, which frees up the human investigator to do what they do best: use their judgment, see the nuance, and make the final call.
And this all leads to a much bigger, more exciting question. Because what we're seeing here is more than just a tool for finance. It could be a blueprint for the future. If AI can be a co-investigator, what other expert jobs could have an AI co-pilot? Could we see AI co-doctors helping with diagnoses, or AI co-lawyers helping with complex case law? This just might be how humans and AI team up to solve some of our most difficult problems.